Why do some black women feel a white man gives them self-refinement? And I'm pretty sure that many of you have dealt with these types of black women where they feel as though they're better than you and everyone else now because they have a white man. What has become of black women where we don't have pride, confidence, and self-worth in ourselves except when it's defined by a white man?
That's an issue that needs to be taken up with the people that engage in these behaviours. And they also have every right to tell you to fuck off and mind your own fucking business. I know if someone started questioning my motives for being with my girlfriend, I'd tell them they can get fucked. Hard. By a big brute named Shirley. Simply put, that's my business, just as their relationships are their business. And again, it has to be stated, how does she know what their motives are? Huh?
Some black women in these relationships are always quick to emphasize the fact that they're in an interracial relationship, not a regular relationship, but an interracial one. And if they have children by these white men, they'll address their children as my mixed or my biracial child, which I find again very and highly sad.
It's sad that these terms are still used, but they're still necessary because of people making assumptions. Take the example of a family of one ethnicity, for which one son is dating a family member of a family that belongs to another ethnicity. Let's assume that one or both of these families are of the opinion that you all automatically get together with someone of your own ethnicity. It makes sense under these circumstances to announce the fact that they are of another ethnic group so that there aren't any unexpected surprises. That way, if issues come up because of bigoted members of the family, they can be addressed before the partner has to face any of the other partner's family.
It doesn't make any sense.
Actually, it makes perfect sense when you've considered what I've stated before.
When I see videos like this here on YouTube that has the headline of my interracial relationship or my biracial baby, it truly saddens me that these people have put so much definition into the race of their children and relationship that they really cannot see the true beauty of what they have. And why is there a sense of pride in the fact that you have a mixed child or you're married to a man of a different race?
A different race? As I've stated before, we are one race, the human race.
There are some people that I have seen here on YouTube and in real life.
Real life? People who post on YouTube are real people.
That actually feel if their child is mixed or if they're biracial, the child will be more beautiful.
That's their problem. It's not for anyone to speculate on, and it certainly doesn't apply to the majority as the creationist implies.
I don't know where that mentality comes from, but it's a sickness.
Sickness, huh? It might be a bias and one that may or may not be appropriate, but to call it a sickness is completely absurd. The real sickness here is the fundamentalist belief that one is right and everyone else is wrong because they do not share the same God as one does.
I have to ask.
Axe? That's ask. And for anyone who wishes to accuse me of using a double standard, I say this. The dropping of T's to silence in words is not comparable to mispronouncing the word ask. Anyone who wishes to believe otherwise needs to get a serious reality check. Really, it's not too much to ask now, is it? Then again, perhaps for some people it is.
Why is it most of the time African Americans that make a big deal out of interracial relationships? Why is race such a big deal, and why go through so much effort just to degrade your own race of men and women to justify another race?
Degrade your own race? Frankly, this is insulting. Once again, for the simple-minded, there is one race, the human race. How does it degrade the human race by associating with another member of another ethnicity within the same race? Can someone please tell me?
What is it in you that's struggling for acceptance and attention? And to those black women stating that there are no good black men, yes, there are good black men, and I'll tell you why.
Good and bad people exist in all walks of life. Using this as an excuse to tell people to stick to their own ethnicity is ludicrous. The personal choice of people is exactly that, a personal choice. No one has any right to interfere.
If you cannot find a good man, then you need to search within yourself to find out why.
Frankly, that's debatable. Sometimes the location someone grows up in and the affluence of the area can limit the available choices. The point is this. People are free to choose who they wish and find someone compatible with them. If that person happens to be of another ethnicity, then who is this creationist to tell people that's wrong or to speculate on the reasons for it? telling people that they should essentially settle for someone who is not what they want, instead of finding someone outside their ethnic group just because the creationist thinks that there is someone closer to ethnicity that is good enough, is arrogance. It is their choice, not the creationists. And despite her claims, the creationist does not know why these people enter into relationships. Considering this, she really shouldn't jump to conclusions.
You can't keep blaming white man, black man for treating you wrong. If you keep having bad relationship after bad relationship, you need to reflect on yourself to find out what is it inside of you that keep attracting the wrong man.
The law of attraction is bunk and has been refuted many times in the past. Stating that people are somehow asking for these bad choices is insulting, and it's also untrue.
Or maybe you have a good man, or you had a good man in the past, but you didn't know how to treat him.
It is down to the individual to determine this for themselves. Speculation is not appropriate, and it is not for other people to say. Further, speculating that the majority of people and all YouTube users are doing it for ulterior motives is arrogance in the extreme.
It's very easy to pass responsibility instead of take personal blame for your actions and your decisions.
Yes, it is. Isn't it ironic, however, that the creationist is lecturing other people on personal responsibility when she is part of a religion which is based on passing off personal responsibility by putting all of your faith in Jesus and the devil is tempting you, etc. Part of being human is accepting responsibility for your own actions. All of them. Blaming the devil for your own misdeeds is ridiculous passing of the buck onto something that doesn't exist and is the epitome of excusing your own personal responsibility. If you do something wrong, don't lay it out on temptation provided by some mythical creature. Accept that it was your own fault and your own responsibility.
When you find a white man and he does the exact things your black man did to you in your past, will you then go to Asian men, then Indian men? And when they do you wrong, will you then go to women? And when women hurt you, will you then go to animals? You see, it's a cycle, and you will never be happy until you find out what is wrong with you.
Classic slippery slope fallacy. As ridiculous and as valid as Pascal's wager. According to this creationist, people will progress from same ethnicity relationships to interethnicity relationships, then on to same-sex relationships, and then on to animals? Is this creationist crazy? Animals, I ask you.
No white man can help you feel better about yourself or define who you are. I want to be honest for 1 second right now.
Yes, that might actually make a pleasant change.
And really state some facts here. You know, if you were really happy in your relationship, in your interracial relationship, and your white man is a breath of fresh air for you, he does everything for you, you love him, he loves you, then why are you still concerned with what black men do in this society? Why are you still worried that there are no good black men if in fact your white man takes very good care of you?
Could it be because when people enter into a relationship, they don't go into a reality bubble and shut out all of the outside world? No, that can't possibly be it, can it?
It's because you aren't happy.
The creationist doesn't know. However, the creationist behaves as though she does know. That is arrogant presumption.
And boasting about your interracial relationship and introducing your children as my biracial or mixed child further validates your unhappiness.
On what basis is this absurd claim made?
This goes for everyone, not just black women. I have actually stopped watching a lot of the videos here on YouTube because it really hurts me to see women and men, especially black women, defile their race.
I grow tired of repeating myself. Their own race is humanity. Black people are not another race. Neither are Indians, Native Americans, white Europeans, Asians, and so on. They are all part of the human race. Bigoted remarks about defining their own race is abject racism and disgusts me immensely.
In the way that they do. And it hurts me because not more than 50 years ago, black men and women had only each other to rely on.
Well, that's no reason to make bigoted statements about how black people are defiling their own race by dating white people. Such statements are disgusting and they are racist, and they prove how insincere the opening statement of this creationist's video truly is.
It was against the law to date outside your race. There was no interracial.
This problem is ongoing. It is also not limited to issues of ethnicity. It also exists rampantly in religious circles too. But it doesn't make it okay to make claims that people engaging in inter-ethnic relationships are doing it for ulterior motives and are defiling their own race. And again, The creationist doesn't know what these people are motivated by.
To be interracial meant death. You take for granted those who sacrificed and risked their lives just so you can have the freedom to be with whom you want, and you return that favor by using that freedom to show off the opposite race in your arm.
Again, it is not something the creationist knows despite her arrogant and bigoted claims. And once again, we are part of the same race, humanity. It's absurd to make public declarations that an entire group of people are doing so for ulterior motives. Really, this is ludicrous now.